to show the process, but yeah. And I actually finished her much faster than I thought. So I'm gonna finish this. I forgot to alternate my directions, but it don't really matter too much because she's so thick, it's really not gonna matter. But all of this front hair right here, we're just gonna roll it all coming towards me. And that's how I'm gonna do that. Saturday, September the 3rd, I believe. Yeah, September the 3rd, and I got to go to work today. So I was in the middle of making a TikTok. Hopefully I can show you. I don't know. Depends on if I can figure out how to add it without it stretching out. But I was in the middle of making a TikTok video, and I was talking to my friend because we were supposed to be doing like a vision board party. So I had to cancel it because one of my other friends, I was supposed to be picking her up right after work for it. So I had to cancel it. And one of my friends was like, well, if you need a ride or anything, let me know. So I got to go to work today. I worked a half a day. I could have went in really early if I wanted to, but I'm like, nah, we gonna finish this video because before I went to sleep, I wanted to do this video. So I'm like, finish this video. I got to go to work, so I did a 4-hour shift, and then I get to go tomorrow, which is a win-win for me because technically Saturdays and Sundays is my schedule for the dry bar. All my other days that I add are just extra days because why not make more money? That's just my mind mentality. So I just use those days to make extra days. So I'm happy more than anything that I was able to work on my set days. And then I'm normally off Mondays, so that's not a problem. And then Tuesday, every now and then not every now and then, literally almost every week, he's calling me off on Tuesdays. So being off on Tuesday, hopefully by Wednesday I can have my shit, but Tuesday is still too fucking long. Hopefully Tuesday I can actually get my shit, because literally all I'm waiting on is someone to inspect my car. Anything after that, like, y'all on some bullshit. So yeah, fingers crossed I can get my car on Tuesday. I would love to have my car on Tuesday, and I just think it's a shame that it's been a whole week that they've had my car. And yeah, but I'm just happy I got to go to work. Got to get out the house. It felt so weird. Well, it feels weird having somebody drive me somewhere. Like, I'm not accustomed to that at all. But it just felt so weird to be outside the house, honestly. But it felt good, and I was happy just to be out the house. So yeah.
All right, you ready? Yeah. Hey! Shh, dude, no. You gotta go like, hey. Oh, okay. Wait. My words fall on.
I'm walking the dog, and I'm listening to War Ready by Rick Ross. And my favorite part of the song is like the end where he's like, hey, yo, Black, kill this. And then you hear gunshots, and I've always had a vision of a video in my head for that. So I'm like kind of like preparing because I'm like in the zone after the last video I did. And this particular part, I turned around and that guy who did this to me was behind me. And I was like, wow, the irony of that song. So when I do that video, yeah, it's gonna be dedicated to him. partially because he think this is kind of a punishment in a sense. Because for some reason, these past few days, he don't got no home training. And it's so sad because I do not like asking people to do stuff. But my friend was nice enough to take me to work this weekend. And me being the mommy who saw that he missed his treat, I asked her to take me to get you a treat. And this is how you pay me back? This is how you pay me back? So you still don't get a treat because you don't know how to act. But you stink. So it's time for a bath whether you want it or not because baby, yeah. That's not sexy. You're supposed to be sexy and pretty and handsome. Ain't you handsome? Yeah, you love that word. I gotta make you handsome again because you stinky now. That ain't cute. How you supposed to get a girlfriend like that? Oh yeah, how you supposed to get a girlfriend? Your girlfriend don't want a stinky man. See, he understand. Because I say he may get a girlfriend one day. Snoopy's all clean. This is nothing but my herb oil and water from when I used to have this in the shower. I use this on the dog. And then this is not Vicks. This is my hair damn, I forgot what it's called. Shit, my hair strengthening. Damn, what the fuck? Damn, that's a shame. I can't even remember my own shit. But anyway, this is like, oh, there we go. This is my scalp stimulator. My bad. So yeah, this is my scalp stimulator. I do not use her all the time. I use her sparingly. Most of the time, if I feel like I need to get a little extra immune support, I'll put this in my hair, but I do not use her every day. I use her very rarely. That's why I still got this whole thing 2 years later, technically 3. So I'm putting this on him today because the grass is high and he already be all up in the grass trying to smell at the other dogs. So we ain't got time for none of those itchy problems. So this is what we're going to put on him for that. It is Labor Day, and when I finally get up out the bed to go walk the dog, I end up having to call 911 yet again on another neighbor or somebody. But this time it wasn't drug related, thank God. It was actually medical related. Literally, I heard something. Like, I felt the building kind of like shake a little, and then I heard the stairs rattle, but I didn't think too much of it. And then I finally go out to go walk the dog, and I see somebody. Turns out he was my downstairs neighbor, but like when I looked at the face and everything, like I couldn't tell who it was. I really thought it was a stranger. So I went back in the house, called 911. Turns out it's my neighbor, and he has epilepsy, which regardless, I'm like, all I saw was somebody on the ground, and I just called 911. But it's like, I know it was divine right timing, but it's like, why I gotta be in this? Because I just don't like having to do anything. I don't like having to be involved in anybody's personal anything. And that's just me and my protective mechanism, because it's like, now here I am sitting and waiting on somebody to have a problem because I called 911 on them, because sadly but true, that's how people be acting. And it's like, ugh, I don't want. And it's like, yes, I know it was meant for me to call 911, and yes, I know it's nothing wrong with me calling 911, because ultimately at the end of the day, it was for a stranger. Like, how he looked, how he was vulnerable on the ground, like, it didn't look like him. So to me, in my head, I was like, I don't know this person, I'm just gonna get them help and keep it pushing, keep it moving. Turns out it was a downstairs neighbor. But then at that point, I'm like, okay, if I felt the building rattle and I heard the stairs make some clunky noise and your dog is barking like crazy, like, why did it take you so long to come outside to check on your people? Because 100% they little barking chihuahua was telling them like something's wrong. Like, she was in the window barking towards the area that the dude was laying on the ground. So it's like you're not even listening to your animal, who your animal knows you more than anybody else, and your animal is literally just like, granted, she's a hostile barker like my mom's dog Bailey, but at the same time, like, she's barking for this. And that was like one of the first things that I even paid attention to. So like at first I was like, oh, she just barking at somebody. But at the same time, once I looked outside, I was like, oh no, she was barking for him. So that was the start of my Labor Day, which I'm okay with, because that means that everything here from out should be smooth sailing. Because anytime I call 911, I see an ambulance, the one thing I do is I say, God bless the situation. And 9/11 means starting over. So for me, that was like a direct representation of God telling me, like, we're about to start over, like, it's here, we're starting over type of thing. So that's the only bright side to the situation. And then not even that, if I would have never seen 713 on somebody's car, I probably would have felt even more anxiety about coming back home. But once I saw the 713, I was like, okay, divine right order, I did everything right, I should not feel this way. And it's good that I had to go walk, because as I walk, I'm checking to make sure that everything is good. Like, when I tell you the ambulance, well, the fire department came so freaking fast. Like, I walked out my apartment, I made a circle, and then by the time I got to where I can see my apartment, I saw medical attention to him, and I was like, okay, good. If he's still on the ground, okay, I did the right thing. And then I continue my little walk, and I walk out the apartments, and I see the ambulance, and I was like, oh my God, I God bless the ambulance in advance, just in case he did have to go to the hospital. So it's like I saw the ambulance. That's 9/11 again. Not only that, I made sure it turned an apartment to make sure like everything I did wasn't in vain, and I feel like it wasn't in vain. And then I walk down my long street halfway, I come back, ambulance is still there, so I'm like, okay, I must have really did the right thing. So it's like, that's how I was able to talk myself into being like, you did the right thing, because if nothing else was needed, no ambulance would have came per se. And if nothing really was needed, that ambulance would have left, or whatever the case is. So I really just like, I don't like being in the middle of stuff. So it's like, okay, I see the ambulance there, we're just gonna walk the dog just a tad bit longer, because I just don't want to be in the way of, you know, the situations. Like, I did what I had to do, there's no need for me to be in the situation. Let him handle that in peace, because as a man, I know that to be in that vulnerable state, and then to have somebody that you know that you're physically attracted to. And the reason why I say he's physically attracted to me is for the simple fact that one day I'm going upstairs, and he has the nerve to tell me that he can't handle a woman who don't need no help. And I'm like, for starters, you're not even my type of thing. And it's like, seeing him in that vulnerable state, although, you know, I showed love to him for that state, it just puts so much in perspective to the type of man he was. Because in that vulnerable state, I saw the monster side of him. And that was the main reason why I got back in the house and I called 911, because I didn't recognize him, but then his face reminded me of this other neighbor who I don't know his personality per se, but 100% I know he's a bullshit ass nigga. Like, I know that. And it's like, I saw the monster and everything clicked. And that was like a confirmation to me for the fact of that saying that he said to me about how he can't handle. And then I got to thinking, I was like, my nigga, you got epilepsy, and you're telling me that you need a woman who is okay with handling you in a vulnerable state like that? You're telling me that you don't want her to help her. You don't want her to help you. You don't want her to do anything special for you. That's what I get for that situation, is you cannot I'm trying not to say the word humble because humble is not a good word. Research it and you'll understand why I say this. But you're telling me in your vulnerable state of mind that you're basically not okay with your woman taking care of you. You're telling me that you can't humble yourself down to make sure that if some shit pop off with your medical attention, you're telling me you don't want your woman to be able to handle you in that vulnerable state. That's what I get for that, because a woman who don't need help is a woman that also at the end of the day is able to take care of her man in a vulnerable fucking state. Like, that's how this love triangle should be working full circle. Yes, it's okay for you to be a man and want to do everything for your woman, but if you're basically have a problem with the woman being able to basically handle you in your vulnerable state, then why do you have that woman with you? Because that's what, at that point, that's that love that's supposed to be making your bond and your connection 10 times better. So it's like, granted, you're not my type, but granted, I dodged the fucking bullet. Because the one thing we not gonna do is be with the angry man who got a problem that he has something that he can't control. And what you're not gonna do is you're not gonna make me feel bad that I can handle myself. I don't mind letting a man be a man, but in a situation where I need to be able to be a leader, I should be able to be a leader without being worried about how my man is gonna treat me during his vulnerable state that I'm trying to help you. So, I get it, but it's like you just start understanding so much stuff, and it's like, man, I dodged a bullet. Wasn't interested in him, but what if I was desperate? You know what I mean? Like, what if I was really just that desperate for a man? And I'm like, okay, let's give this a shot, because he's tall enough to be my man. He's not no skinny ass man, which I'm okay with that. He ain't too big, he ain't too small. Like, he's the perfect height and everything. But at the end of the day, he never was my type from beginning. Like, if he fixed himself up 100%, he's a very handsome man, and I saw that in him. But baby, don't be falling in love with potential. Like out of all the men in this apartment, 100%, the ones that I speak to or have spoken to, he is probably one of the ones that, if I did not have the rule of not fraternizing where you live, yeah, I probably would have gave him a chance. But no. Big fucking no. Like, me and my 34 years, 35 years of being on this earth, the one thing I do know is never settle. And I know that's off a subject, but once again, everything comes full circle. What's done in the dark comes to light. You finally see, like, I finally understand why he don't go to work. Granted, I do feel like he should, if he doesn't have this ability, there should be something that you be doing with your life besides being in the house and traveling from person's apartment to apartment. And now I understand why the other lady is so attentive to him, but it's like, you're still a devil in disguise type of thing. And it's like, yeah, so eye-opener. It's just so eye-opening to me how, like, I hope this is my end of the road being in these apartments, that's for sure. But it's like, everything and everybody's traits, if you're patient enough, they come to light without you having to search and be nosy for those answers. So, yeah. I hope he's okay. And the main reason why I did call 911 is for the simple matter of the fact, like, you fell on concrete. Like, and then there's this, like, I don't know if it's a generator or air conditioning unit. I don't know, but it's old, it's rusty, and if someone was to seriously fall on that, like, literally, I know for a fact they would get hurt, because even if they didn't touch the actual generator thingy, it's concrete on the bottom, and just the right hit. Like, all I can think about is anybody falling on the ground, concrete hitting your head. Like, literally, that's the only reason why I'm like, I'm gonna call 911, because the one thing I do not want to do, and I repeat, one thing I've never wanted is to come outside my house and see a dead body, or come back to my house and see a dead body. Now, 100%, I see you coherent. I'm gonna leave you there. I'm gonna leave you there. Like the lady who was on my stairs. Hi. Like, I checked on her before I went down the steps. And then when I went up the stairs, she was a little more coherent, but she was good enough to the point where she understood. I'm gonna leave you be. I'm just trying to get back to my house. And then, not even that, when I saw her trying to leave, and I saw her, like, literally, I see the vision of her falling, hitting her head. Don't want to see that shit. That's not the reason why I called for her. But yeah, like, I don't know why I have to live in this spot where I see the most dangerous scenario in my head. So literally, that's the only reason why I called. But yeah, I had to get that little rant off my chest, and then apparently I had to get other stuff off of my chest as well. So yeah, if you made it this far, that is love. If you made it this far, I hope you got some confirmation, because ultimately at the end of the day, no one likes it when they have a rant. And I get it, because you just start jumping from subject to subject. But you know what? When you rant, when you speak it, and this is something I tell everybody, when you have a day, literally come home, yell, scream, punch the air, cry, whatever you have to do. But like 100%, the best thing to do is to let it out, or have you a source to let it out. But 100%, like, especially my people who don't feel like they don't need a therapist. Like, if you know you need to let that shit out to somebody, but you don't want to talk to a therapist, like, literally, when you're in the shower, if you're home by yourself, in your car, if you're by yourself, wherever you're in a state where no one is around and you can freak out and you can go crazy, do it. Because I guaranteed you, once you get that shit out, like, you feel better. Like me talking right now, I feel better, because the one thing I've never explained is, like, I am that person. Like, how I'm able to survive is I hold it in, but I release it when I get home. I release it in the shower. I love listening to music, and sometimes when I'm listening to music, sometimes a song comes on and it releases what it is that I need to release in that moment. And sometimes I don't even know I need to release these things. So talk it out, whether it's with somebody or not, but you gotta talk it out. You have to speak it out. You have to let out your aggression. You have to let out your anger without taking it out on a person. say, nobody said that my life would be easy. Easy. So sick and tired. No one said every day I had to hustle. Every day in my ouch. You're scratching me. Really? You came up here. You came up here.
But the way you treat me, it's CJ and your family. I can't take it anymore. I can't believe you've been hiding all these secrets from me.
Like, the fuck, my nigga?
I don't need you. I was fine before that. Are you okay?
After 100 years of procrastinating, finally did my lashes. Not bad compared to the fact that it's taken me like literally probably a year to finally get off my lazy ass and do my lashes. But honestly, the last time I did my lashes, like, they didn't last, so I kind of like got discouraged. But everybody been wearing lashes, and I just be seeing everybody fluttering their little lashes, and I'm like, oh, because that's literally the only thing that I really like that's like makeup wise is lashes. I can't do strip lashes. Strip lashes don't fit on my face. Then on top of that, they're just real irritating to me. Versus this, it's irritating, yes, but after it completely like dries, it goes away. And that's also the same way when I actually get someone else to do lashes. So yeah, I'm still not in the mental zone to allow somebody to be in my face after COVID and chickenpox and all of that. And then B, it's more logical to do it myself, because everything's getting so expensive. So it's like I would just much rather wait till I have money to like blow than to waste money on something that can go on something like my pedicure, my nails, a massage, something way better, something way logical than vanity, basically. And then I also found an old baby picture of Kamil. So this was ugly Kamil. I know I'm not ugly, but yes. See the jacked up teeth. 100 years in braces. And yes, real eye color, but naturally, fake eyes or not, my eyes will always pop. And as well, you see them brows, girl. They always been on point. I don't do nothing with that. So yes, here's me in my ugly state, but I know I'm cute. And then also my hair texture before mama ruined it, always been thin. Can't even see my little ponytail back there. I think it's a little puff ball, but yes, that's my hair texture. But I never realized my hair texture was always soft, even in its natural state.
then you have magic.
As you can see, I decided to clean and move my room around, basically. And so since I was under the bed, I'm going ahead and throwing away all my PlayStation games. I hate to part with them, especially, okay, this is a weird one, but this was a favorite. And we can't forget the classic. I'm gonna miss him. But my PlayStation broke a long time ago, so all of this is going in trash. Found some old computers. Found my old cameras, so we're gonna throw those in the trash. And I really hate to part with this one because this is the best. This has the best music on it. But yes, all my iPods, trash. Hate to see, I really hate to see this one go. I've had this one since I was like probably 20. So yeah. And I have not wanted to part with this one only because of the music that's on there. But I got my CDs, so I guess I gotta stop being a hoarder. But yeah, all these electronics are gonna go in the trash. This is how everything turned out. I woke up today and decided I wanted to move my bed since I was stuck in the house yet again. I like it, and I haven't had my bed this way yet. I've had it this way, the TV right here before. So when I woke up, I was like, I want to change my bed around. So I haven't had it like this. And before I leave, I can at least say I've had it all kinds of way. I've had it this way, I had it the other way you saw it. I had it right there when I first moved in. Honestly, if I change it again, I can put it right there in front of the window, but I probably won't. And then this is how I changed his little area. If you take away the fan, that's pretty much, or you actually put the fan a little bit like out of the way, that's pretty much how this area is gonna go. And then it has walking room, dancing room. I did switch up my kitchen. I got me a little junk corner right here. I don't know, I got tired of the air fryer being there. So after I make me some cookie dough again, this is the only thing that's gonna be here in this corner. And then I'm probably just gonna keep this on the stove again. That's what I did when I first moved in. Hence why she got these burn marks. So I put that back right there. Kitchen looks a little bit less cluttered without that right there. More open space. And then also I moved that because I might get some fabric and drape it and like separate this right here from the kitchen type of thing. So that's really why I moved the air fryer, because if I'm stuck here another year, that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to revamp it yet again and probably put fabric to separate the kitchen, which that's something I said I was going to do in general. And then since I was under the bed already, I went ahead and I took out the Christmas tree, and then I placed the Christmas decorations for easy access. I know I'm going to be straightening up these books probably tomorrow. Not sure if I'm going to be taking these out or not yet, but if I'm not too lazy, I'll probably do these since I ain't got shit else to do. But seriously, I want to move the washer and dryer to this wall, so I want to figure that out. But I have that mattress right there, which I know it won't be a problem, but it would be better. But I think both, yeah, I don't think both of those can fit right there. They both can't fit right there. So I don't know what I'm going to do to this room again, if I'm going to change it. The only change I did make was I put my wigs here. So I still need to take these out, which when I take out the rollers, I'll probably take out all of this shit at the same time, just because. And then these two wigs will be on the wall. Maybe one here and probably one way up there. I don't know. I have one here too. So that's really the only change I did to the room, is just add my wig on the wall. So yeah, but I love my little open space I have. I feel like I have more space like right here to dance, to exercise. If I did hair, I would do it right here probably. I would still have my bed as a table and still have this as a table. I can easily move this TV to the over. So yeah, I still have space to do whatever I usually do. But I like it. I just hope I sleep really, really good tonight. That's it. A butterfly.